Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. It's Miss Bedell, and I'm going to be reading Science Outside with permission from Scholastic. Science Outside was written by Susan Canizares and illustrated by Betsy Chesson. Because the story's all about being outside, I decided to come outside to read you this story today. And we're going to learn what science is outside. Let's stop for a moment and look at the front cover. What do we see on the front cover of this book? Right, I see a little boy looking very closely at the turtle. And does anyone know what science instrument he has in his hand to look at the turtle? He has a magnifying glass. And what magnifying glasses do is it makes the object that you're looking at look bigger and closer. So for example, what the little boy is seeing is the turtle very close, like this. Do you see the turtle's pattern better? Does the turtle appear bigger and closer? Yes, it does. Okay, so let's begin reading Science Outside. Science Outside. What is science outside? Let's look at the photo here. What do we see? Right, we see two kiddos and a lot of fish. And it looks like maybe he has a bag of fish food in his hand and they might be throwing it out to the fish to eat. Science is looking. So this is the same photo from our front cover. It's that little boy looking through his magnifying glass to make the turtle appear bigger and closer. And observing. Wow, does anyone know what these two science instruments that these boys have and are using to observe? Right, that's binoculars. Binoculars make faraway objects appear closer. So for example, do you guys see that white post right out there? With binoculars, it makes that white post look closer. And now we can see the white post better. It looks like it's closer, but really I'm in the same spot. It just zooms in on the object that you're looking at that's far away to make it easier to see. What do you think those little boys are looking at? Right, they could be looking at birds, animals, other people, anything that's around them. Science is experimenting. So it looks like the little boy is experimenting with the bubbles to see if he can make bubbles using his new bubble toy. Is his experiment working? Is he making bubbles? Yes, probably too many bubbles. She doesn't look very happy. And testing. So this little girl has a bug box. It says bug box. And she drew a picture of a ladybug here. And she's putting more plants in, probably for her ladybugs, for its habitat, for where the ladybug lives. Science is exploring. Where are these two boys? Right, they're in a cave. Does anyone know what this science instrument is that the boy is holding? A flashlight. A flashlight makes things light when it is dark, and caves sometimes get really dark. and discovering. So this child is in a tree and she's looking up. What do you think she's looking up at? There could be a bird nest, birds, eggs. You never know what might be in the tree that she's looking at. Science is watching. Wow. She's very closely watching what looks like a caterpillar. We read a story about caterpillars yesterday. And waiting. So sometimes you have to wait until your animal grows. Remember, in our caterpillar book from yesterday, it said he had to stay in his cocoon for 2 weeks before he became a butterfly. So the caterpillar had to wait for 2 weeks until he became a beautiful butterfly. But the wait was worth it. Science is writing. So sometimes in science you have to write down the things that you see. And recording. So for example, each of you are recording the weather. And what recording means is that you look up into the sky, you see what the weather looks like, what the sky looks like, and you draw it on your piece of paper. That's how we record the weather. It looks like she's recording her flowers. She's recording the blooming of her flowers. So she's seeing what her flowers are looking like, and she's going to draw it on her paper. Science outside is fun. Oh my goodness. What's on his nose? Right, it looks like a frog. So guys, I want you to remember that science is all around us. Indoors and outdoors. It's right outside and inside your homes. You don't have to be at school to do science. You can be anywhere. So what I would like for you to do is in our lesson plans, we have a sensory section and it says, search for worms and insects in your yard, gutters, and under rocks. Discuss how the worms and insects look and feel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come out here in my yard and I'm going to start exploring for animals, for insects and worms. If I see any, I will make sure I take a picture and send it to you. Later on, Miss Trumbley's gonna show us her bug hunt, and I'm gonna get to share that video with you guys. Something I would like you to look at that I see in my yard is an ant hill. Do you see the ants crawling? They're going down the hole. Now, I'm not gonna touch the ants because I know that ants sting. I have background knowledge of ants. But I am gonna look at them. They do look orange in color and they're very tiny. I bet there's a queen ant that's down deep in the hole. So you guys show me what kind of bugs that you see outside your home and share it with me on your portfolio. I'll be seeing you soon.